Okay, I want to go over today the new marketing data sheet. It's similar to the old one, but I will go over a couple of the changes to it. So first of all, at the bottom we have the tabs as per usual. There's a slight change in it. It's that we have our exclusives, which obviously are exclusive units. Unlisted, these are homes without a paid listing. So we have no paid listings. They might have, they might have an Airbnb, but not on any of our paid sites. Newly listed units. Now these are units that have their status is that they have been listed, but they have not been booked. Okay. And then working inventory is our normal. These are properties that have been booked in the past, wholesale properties. So those are the three different types of wholesales: unlisted, newly listed, or working inventory. Now I want to take you to what the new format is for these sheets. Also, I want to make it known that the marketing manager, who at this time is Jamie, is the one who is in charge of this sheet. She ultimately has the final say. Now, obviously, other people like the listings manager will work within this sheet and do a lot of the stuff like Delore does. However, kind of final word goes to Jamie for how she wants it done. And so whoever is working under Jamie can just coordinate with her. However, you will obviously update it as per Jamie's instructions. So I want to show you the big thing that's different. Okay, there's a couple changes. First of all are these sorting tools. So this is a way that you can sort. So for instance, if I want to see all of the listings that are premium, that are newly listed, I would just sort here in the newly listed area. I would just sort it by the type, A to Z, and then it would group all of the premium units together. Now let's say we wanted to see all the units that the marketing specialist assigned to those units to collect the data and otherwise. Let's make that A to Z, and then it groups them together. Now these these are the people who are assigned to the different, basically who's the specialist in charge of that property, of making sure that it's taken care of, that the ads are updated, everything like that. And that will be determined by the marketing manager and the listings manager. They can figure that out between themselves and change those. The other one is the priority. Okay, so this is something that will be determined by the marketing manager. Certain units are high priority, so we can sort them from priority 1, meaning the highest priority, to 10, which are the lowest priority. They're not the ones that we don't worry as much about. Okay. Then there's the status. That's the type it is. This is a newly listed unit. That's why it's in this thing and says newly listed under the status. The value grade for the property is what its price is like compared to the rest of the market. A through F determines how competitive this unit is on the market. Location is either Oahu, Maui, or Kauai, so it's O, M, or K. Okay. And it can be other things if there are other places that, you might change that and put in Oahu, Maui, Kauai, or we can put in other stuff as well. The type of property is either luxury, premium, or basic. And then the date that we started putting paid advertisements up for that unit. Okay. So we can sort all of these through by different categories. Now I want to show you all a little tool within the system that's kind of nice. So let's say I just wanted to find out all the units that belong to Delore. So first I would sort it by marketing specialist. But now let's say I wanted to see all of the units that were Delore's that, these are them. These are all of her units with her name on it. But now let's say that I wanted to sort them so that I had all of the, let's say we wanted to see what are the all of the Oahu units that Delore is in charge of that are newly listed. Well, all I would do is I would come up here to the data and I'd go to filter. And it creates this, first of all I select all the rows obviously, then I go to data, go to filter, and it creates these little sort features. So now it will only sort this group right here. So I could sort it by letters, A to Z, and you'll notice it rearranged them all. So now here are all the Oahu units. It put them all together. And it put all the Maui units together and the Kauai ones. Now that top one, obviously, because it has the filter on it, it included it. So I have to move that one manually down to the O's. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to turn off the filter first. So turn off the filter, I just go back up to data and I turn it off. And then I could manually just move that one down into that group. But now they're sorted. That area, you can kind of, first you can sort it one time and then you can sort it again by using the data and then the filter. So anyway, this can be very useful when you are collecting the data on your units. So the other thing I want to make you aware of with this is the to-do list. The to-do list is, this should only have things that you need to do, okay? Not notes about the property, okay? So, it should say things like remove ads. But this one says, see this isn't a to-do. This is hard to book, has a 14-night minimum. That isn't telling anyone to do anything. So that would actually go, and I'll show you, there's another section. Okay, I'm going to move that one over to here into the notes section. Okay, so this is the notes section. It's over here on the far right. So as we look at this, you have the property name, you have the sorting tools, you have your to-do list. Then you have your leads, which you calculate every month and put them in along with the bookings for every one of those units. And then you go, then you have your paid listings area. Okay, and here they all are. The other thing I want to keep in mind, we should not have notes in this. It either says owner, if we can't book it. If we can't put a listing there, just put owner. Okay, don't put the owner's listing number, just put owner. Okay, and then over here in the, and then if we do have a listing for it, then you put the listing number. Okay, like these don't belong here. We shouldn't have these additional notes. If we need notes, you can put them in the notes section. Okay. And what that allows us to do is then we can sort and we can see how many of each type of, lead that we, or each type of ad that we have. So if I wanted to see all of the flip key ads, I could just come up here and sort it A to Z. And boom, there are all the flip key ads for our newly listed units right there. So I can see that we have 24 units. And then the owners have another 16. Okay? So then we have our free sites, obviously. And then we have our notes. So that's pretty much it. That's the way you use these tools. Also, please, when you do your marketing, when you list the data, don't put down in here sums. Don't sum them all up at the bottom. We don't need to do that. Just input the data, and then the marketing manager will go ahead with summing it all up and putting it on the KPI report. Okay, so that is how to use the new marketing data sheet. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. But that's pretty much it. So let's keep the data up to date, keep it clean, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.